What's your brand? What is your brand? Man, it's such a big deal now. You find people in the body of Christ always talking now about their brand, whether it's their church, their business that they've started, even themselves on social media, your brand. That's the conversation in terms of what people always are sharing to somehow or another enhance your brand. Well, let's talk about that this morning. It's time for Morning Manna. Good morning, everybody. And got a word for you as usual this morning with the text talk and takeaway 5 minutes or less. We're going to give you that. And we want to deal with your brand. What is your brand? Let's greet some people and we're going to get into it this morning. Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Brenda, what's your brand? Valerie, what is your brand? Liz, what is your brand? Diane, what's your brand? Joya, what's your brand? Betty, grand rising to you as well. What's your brand? Elder Mobley, what's your brand? Put it in the chat area. Put that in the chat area. I want to find out this morning, what is your brand? Good morning, Lena. How are you on this morning, homegirl? What is your brand? What is your brand? What are you known for? Glenn, good morning. Good morning, homeboy. How are you doing on this morning? How is Texas treating you? Is it hot there? I know that it has been. What's your brand, Glenn? Verena, what's your brand? Angela, what's your brand? Put that in the chat area. That's what we're talking about this morning is your brand. It's such a big deal now. That marketing language from the business community has now reached into the faith community. And so many of us, to include myself, because I have it today, I wore it today. My brand, my business is I lead, and that's my brand. My brand is a leader. I try to bring leadership in the body of Christ. And so that's what I lean toward. That's what I try to project. If you watch my posts, that's what I'm always talking about, other than Morning Manna, is leadership. So that's what I put out there. I have a logo, I have a business, have all of that, books, all of those things. What's your brand? What are you known for? What are you known for? And that's what we're going to talk about this morning. Good morning, Pastor Richard. I haven't forgotten about you. Don't you worry. I haven't forgotten. I got to get that done today. I know all of my grandchildren, my spiritual grandchildren are waiting on me. But don't tell them, don't worry. Good morning, Janine, how are you on this morning? I'm raising the question this morning. Angela, you put that in the chat. You said you're a servant. Okay, all right. Liz, what are your brand? You said brand is honesty. Okay. Elder Mobley says yours is encouragement. All right, good. I'm loving all of this. Let me get a couple of more, then we're going to get right into the word on this morning. This whole thing is, what is your brand? That's Morning Manna on this morning. Glenn, did you put yours in there? I want to see what you put in there. I know you used to be in marketing and selling shares and all of that, Wall Street, that whole thing. What is your brand? Good morning, Ella, homegirl. Hey, well, look, let's just get right into it. 5 minutes or less. Let's press in. I already told you my brand is I lead. You can, what I believe is that you, if you follow me and if I do consultant with you, then you're going to be able to lead in any room you find yourself in. That's my brand, leadership. Okay, let's jump right into it. The text this morning is this, 2 Corinthians 5:20. That whole pericope is what we're going to deal with. 2 Corinthians 5:20. And we are therefore ambassadors. We are therefore ambassadors. Three things I want to share with you is what Paul is trying to say as he writes to the church at Corinth about how people should know them in the metropolitan area of where they are. Number one is love. Love. John 13:35. Your brand should be, he said in John 13:35, they shall know us by our love. They should know us about our love, because a brand like Mickey D's, like Burger King, like Chick-fil-A, like Chipotle, it should be the same wherever you go. That's one of the main things about a brand. It should be the same wherever you go. And our love should be the same no matter who we deal with. The second thing is we should be known as servants. Our brand should be servants. 1 Peter 4:10 says this: each of us has a gift. Use it to serve. Ephesians 2:10 says we're created to serve. Paul says in Corinthians that we are a new creation, and therefore we have been created. The process, as we preached last night, is to be a server, to be a servant. Love, servant. Here is the third brand name. Your brand name: love, servant, reconciler. Reconciler. He said it in 2 Corinthians 5:19. We are ministers of reconciliation. We are ministers. Ministers, that Greek word can also be used as servants, because guess what? When we enter into his presence in heaven, he says, enter in, my good and faithful servant. Not bishop. He didn't say that. Deacon, he didn't say that. Reverend, he didn't say that. He didn't say, enter in, my great businessman. No, he said, my servant or minister. We are ministers of reconciliation. So therefore, what's your takeaway? Your takeaway this morning: your brand, and it's going to be a little bit longer than normal, is an ambassador. In biblical times, an ambassador was be someone that went into the enemy's territory and declare peace from the person that has sent them. And that's what our brand is to go into the enemy's territory and represent God and declare peace is now upon you if you receive me as an ambassador. We represent him wherever we go. Well, that's what our brand is. That's what we should be branded as and known as in the body of Christ, as in the world as well. Let's go out and project as ambassadors. Brand name. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you and give you peace. Got more morning manna for you tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. God bless you. Bye now.